Hello, everybody. We are here today on the MenoLounge, and I'm not Julie. I am Jen Marples, and I am a podcast host. I host the Jen Marples Show, and I am a business coach and a life coach, and I am a speaker and a self-proclaimed champion of midlife women. And Julie asked me today to host the MenoLounge, and I've got a beautiful guest today, and her name is Gabriella Espinosa, and she is going to be talking to us today about yoga for perimenopause and menopause. And I cannot wait for this conversation because I am a yoga junkie. So Gabriella is going to share all the wonderful tips and benefits of yoga for midlife. And I know I like to joke that if it wasn't for yoga, all my people would be dead around me. My husband probably first, my kids next, and then maybe I'd have to check myself into the loony bin. So definitely there's the mental benefits of yoga and certainly so many health benefits. And we are going to really get into it today with Gabriella. So I'm just waiting for her to join. But as we're waiting for Gabriella, I see a lot of you beautiful ladies are joining. I want you all to just really dig in. Julie won't do this herself, but I've just got to pimp out these MenoWell bars before we get started today, because here are three of the flavors. We've got blueberry lemon, we've got peanut butter chocolate, and then double chocolate brownie. And these are the best, most amazing bars. And I'm just not saying that. She's not paying me. Julie is one of my dear friends. I live on these bars, and these bars don't upset your stomach. They're vegan, they're gluten-free, and they're filled with all the things our midlife, menopausal, perimenopausal bodies need. And they're the greatest things to have in your yoga bag as you go to go take a class. So before and after, because they won't upset your stomach. So I'm just waiting for Gabriella to join, and she should be on here very soon. And we will get crack-a-lackin'. So before Gabriella gets on, let's just get a little deeper into the bars. I just actually had this flavor for the first time. For some reason, I never had it before. But if you love peanut butter, this is the bar for you. And the double chocolate brownie, I'm a huge chocolate fiend. I have a secret stash drawer that probably nutritionists wouldn't like by my bedside table that used to have bad chocolate in it. But instead now I have this one, double chocolate brownie. What's really great was when you bite into this one, you get little gooey bits of chocolate. Oh, it's divine. And this is one of their newest flavors, the fresh blueberry lemon. And this one literally tastes like you're just eating like a nice little muffin in the morning. And I swear to God, everyone, these things have saved me. They've saved me from being hangry. And they are the perfect blend of fats and carbs and protein, all the stuff that we need to be powered up in midlife and menopause. So these are the bars. As we're waiting for Gabriella to join, I'm just going to read a little bio about Gabriella. And if you follow me as well, I'm at Jen Marples. Gabriella's at Gabriella Espinosa. I actually had Gabriella on my podcast, so you can get a big deep dive into her there. And I also had Julie, the beautiful founder of my MenoWell, on my podcast. So I just, if you want to get to know the beautiful women that will be featured here today, as well as Julie, who's the badass founder, who's very humble, and she doesn't say enough how fabulous she is. It's hard to do. I will tell you how fabulous Julie is, because she's a huge proponent of midlife women, and she's absolutely fabulous and one of my dearest, dearest, dearest friends. And the most beautiful thing about our friendship is that we met each other in midlife. So you can have the most amazing relationships and meet the best new people by just putting yourself out there in this midlife phase. And it's also good for our mental health. I see that Gabriella is here, so we are going to add her in and get cracking on all that you guys want to hear today, and that is how perimenopause and menopause. And I'm postmenopausal, and so let's see, hopefully it's coming in here There we go.
Hi
Hey,
there.
Gabriella.
How are you?
I am good. How are
I
you?
need to just adjust this a little bit.
I'm so happy to be speaking with you
Yeah, it's
today.
great to be here. Thank you so
So
much for inviting
just
me.
giving I was just giving everybody sort of an update on what was going on. I pimped out the MenoWell bars, and I was just about to give your introduction. I'm going to keep the glasses on today because I'm totally blind.
I
But
love
everyone,
them. I love them.
well, it's Caddis readers, everyone, and they don't have glare. So there's a little tip for everyone if they need glasses to be online. So I'm going to introduce you to everyone. I'm going to read your fabulous little bio. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I want you to give all the wonderful highlights of who you are. And then we're going to get into our fabulous discussion today about how menopause will be, and perimenopause can benefit from a beautiful yoga practice. So Gabriella is a menopause and sexual wellness coach, a yoga somatic movement teacher, and the founder of Women's Body Wisdom. Her work is informed by over 15 years of guiding women to know, trust, and appreciate their bodies through yoga, breathwork, somatic movement, and health coaching. And so I will let you, Gabriella, tell everybody what you're doing and some of the exciting things that you come up. You've got your Menopause for Modern Life yoga course coming up. So I definitely want you to get into all of that. But let's start with, because I know everyone wants to know, how can yoga help with perimenopause and menopause?
Great question and a great place to start. Well, we know right in perimenopause, hopefully now with so much knowledge that's getting out there, many of us aren't going to be caught off guard, but so many of us are caught off guard, right? Because we start missing those periods, or we start all of a sudden feeling a lot of these sensations or emotional or mental health kind of symptoms that we're not used to, such as anxiety or depression or low mood. Your libido drops, all those symptoms just sort of come at you out of nowhere. And so how do you make sense out of it? I mean, I think we can try to prepare women as much as possible. But I think the gift of yoga is the ability to cultivate awareness, the ability to sense inwards to our inner world. So this has a scientific word. It's called interoception, which is really the ability to sense inwards, your inner world of sensations, thoughts, emotions. And we know that when we're facing the storm of perimenopause, right, we can totally disconnect from ourselves, from our bodies, from our minds, from the world, right? And so yoga brings us back to ourselves, right? We may come kicking or screaming. We may not want to. And a lot of people tell me, I can't do this. I can't sit still. I don't, my mind is too noisy. Too many things are going on, and you can't sit still with yourself. And that is really the exploration, being able to sit with yourself, because yoga started tens of thousands of years ago as a sitting practice, right? It didn't, the poses and the came later, much later, but it started as a sitting meditation practice. Sitting, those yogis, were sitting in caves in different places thousands of years ago, watching the movements of their thoughts, the fluctuations of their thoughts. That's how it started. And that is really where yoga invites us to tune inwards, to connect with our inner world of feelings, sensations, thoughts. So it's this awareness. The gift of awareness is what yoga teaches us. And I think when we're able to really tune in to ourselves in this way, we're better able to listen to our body. So you hear so much in the wellness world, listen to your body. Listen, what does that mean? This is what it is. This is what yoga teaches us. It teaches us to listen to our bodies. And when we do that, we can better nourish our bodies. We know how to nourish our bodies because we're listening to those messages through food, through movement, through rest, through connection with people, right, or loved ones, through pleasure, through walks in nature. So it really is that ability to connect with our inner world and to listen to our bodies and then respond with the appropriate tools, the appropriate nourishment, the appropriate rest, movement. That is the gift of yoga. Now, there are many, many other benefits to yoga that I can outline, that I'm going to pause there to let you reflect or answer back anything that you want to answer.
Well, yoga is my favorite topic because I've been doing yoga for almost 20 years. And I think I might have told you before, and for everybody listening, way back when I even did a yoga teacher training just to deepen my own yoga practice, because I just love it so much. And I love the philosophy. I love everything about it. And before you got on, I was joking with everyone saying that mom doing yoga keeps my people alive, because if mom doesn't do yoga, Lord knows what would happen, especially to my husband. So I like all types of yoga. I've actually done Bikram yoga. I like to do power yoga. Sometimes I've done yin yoga. So can you take us through a couple of the yogas that you recommend? Because if we have newbies out there who are like, gosh, I've never done yoga, or I need to be flexible, because I know that's like, oh, I'm not flexible, I can't do yoga. I'm sure you get that question all the time. Where would be, if someone's new, where would be like the good place to start?
Okay, great. Yes, there are a lot of people, especially in midlife, maybe we haven't tried yoga before, and that people think, oh, it's too late for me to start yoga. But really, you hear yoga is for everyone, really, regardless of age or ability or experience. And there really is something for everyone. And that's why I love teaching on the online platform where I teach Movement for Modern Life. Hundreds of classes to choose from very beginners to advanced. And so whether you're looking for a beginner's class or a restorative class or something more advanced, there's really something for everyone there on Movement for Modern Life. And, especially when you're going through perimenopause or menopause, you may not want to be doing a vigorous yoga practice. Our nervous systems are more sensitive during perimenopause, so you may want to focus on a slower, more calming form of yoga, such as floor-based yin yoga, where you get into certain poses and you hold them for longer, and you allow the connective tissue of your body to relax. You allow yourself to come into this sort of mindful awareness, mindful connection to your thoughts and your sensations, because you're holding the pose for longer. You can do a restorative yoga class, which is really using all these beautiful props like bolsters and cushions and blankets and eye pillows, where you get to just luxuriate in a restorative pose for up to 10 minutes per pose. There's yoga nidra, called the yoga of sleep, which is really kind of, it takes you into this deep kind of inner visualization, into a phase of deep, deep rest. So those are like the more calming, restorative types of yoga. And if you want something a little bit more active to energize, there's so many different types. There's a hatha yoga. You're holding the poses for longer. So that helps build strength and